What's up, lords and ladies? CJ King, the King of Kings, Prince Pretty here, and I'm back with more Stanley Parable. We're gonna be going at another run here. Gonna hope not to break the game this time, too. I remembered last time I was going to change the sensitivity of the mouse, which is very close to this other choice here. I'm gonna try to move it up a little more. Okay, that sounds good. Alright, let's start the game. I hope that it's saved subtitles. If not, I'm going to need to quit out again. Or I can probably fix it from in-game. But yeah, so second episode of the series. This is the first time I've ever done like a official series thing. I've done a bunch of the Minecraft videos with the PVGRC group, which is funny. I'm actually wearing one of my PVGRC sweaters right now. Don't forget, you can always check PVGRC out on YouTube as well. I've got one more year with them. Woohoo! PokeMMO, hopefully gonna end soon. I don't know if it will, because we're having a little bit of trouble recording. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Alright, let's see where the adventure shall take us today, shall we? Last time we ended up in, like, a museum, and we got crushed by a giant metal arm thing.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm not gonna go... I don't know. Do you guys want me to go through this again?
In a big building
Tell me in the comments if I should skip the intro when I play again. I am gonna skip this time, just because we saw it before. So... basically, I work in an office. I press buttons for a living. I can't press any buttons. No one's given me any orders, and no one's stopped by to say hi. So, it's time to go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It could mean
Stanley
that
decided
it's
to
Saturday.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. I'm just gonna blast through that section, because last time I took my time. Username access. Ooh. I took my time and made a couple jokes, like about the 420 and the plant and everything, which were pathetic jokes, I might add. Okay, this is where the decision's made.
A set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I was thinking, if I go through the door on my left, I could go back to the broom closet and see if that has anything interesting, or I could go all the way through and go to that mind control facility that we saw in the last episode. So I am going to take the left door. And I'm going to continue on my way. I wonder, does this... No, okay. That doesn't open. In through here.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
No one's here. Don't get fired.
Disbelief. Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. I'm not leaving. I like my broom closet, and I am staying here with my broom.
There was nothing here. No
my mop
choice
bucket.
To make, no path to follow, just an empty broom
my tools.
closet. No reason to still be here.
That's a really big wrench. A couple nails. Got some...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Haha, because you got censored on saying sweet F all.
He's still in the broom closet, standing around doing nothing. Why?
I want to see what happens.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I want to see what happens. I'm staying here.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it.
Yeah, but on the whiteboard it said to get somebody out of the closet.
Literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, why didn't you? It has feelings, doesn't it?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite. I hope your friends find this concerning.
That's low. That's a hard shot, man.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
You're getting really mouthy.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm not dead.
We got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and we're just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
No, because then I'd be walking into a wall.
Like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
So now you're worried.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer.
Doesn't work like that.
Making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
I'm pretty sure it's lost on
When
everyone.
you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Nope. Not doing it. You called me fat and ugly. I'm not leaving. I will literally make a video of me standing in a broom closet if you don't do anything interesting. I'm starting to get really bored. Should I go? I'm gonna go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I feel like doing things against the narrator just because of what he said, so I'm gonna go downstairs. That doesn't open. Whoopee. Ooh, that's creepy. What's down here? Nothing. Okay. Ooh, car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Didn't we already see this car?
Made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Whoa.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter,
I saw my
these
shadow
doors
a
were
second
starting to
ago.
look pretty familiar.
Look at that.
Were they
It comes into
simply
play right there.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words
What?
for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
I'm not
He
sure
wasn't
what's
going to lose
happening.
his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I feel like I am
He thought to
crazy.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh god, I am.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so
Whoa.
much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Is
Now,
Stanley the
voice was
narrator?
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice Describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
I'm so
Was
confused.
Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
I've literally walked around in a circle
right now,
like
as he's
17 times. What is happening?
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain beyond a doubt.
Can I go back to
that
the
this
star
was,
field?
in fact, a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Ooh, comfortable.
The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I'm about to fall
I'm
asleep.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Why?
Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Why?
Please. It's all I want.
Why?
I want my apartment, and my wife,
He has a wife?
and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This is getting really dramatic.
I am okay.
Did the narrator start crying?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just
What is
someone
happening?
tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I?
And everything went black.
Oh, come on. This is turning
This
into
is
like
the
a TV
story of
drama.
A woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Whoa!
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
What just
He was
happened?
obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this.
What?
And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
That's...
She had no time for this.
What?
So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down
Guys,
at the body.
I think we...
And then she turned and
I think we're dead. Loading screen. What? What? I don't... My brain hurts. I don't understand.
all of his co-workers.
What is going
What did it
on?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like, is this literally...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Lords and ladies, I'm so dumbfounded. I think I'm gonna stop the episode here and we'll come back to see what happens to Stanley next time on the Stanley Parable Adventures. I'm as confused as you guys might be. Well, Lords and ladies, TJ King, the King of Kings, Prince Pretty, signing off. What the hell just happened?